Joining me now is Rishi Kumar. He's a congressional candidate in California 18. So Rishi, welcome to the Young Turks. How you doing?
Very good. Good to meet you again. We met at the Bernie rally in Santa Clara.
That's right. So Rishi, let's talk about your race. Who are you running against?
I'm running against Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, who is in the 28th year in office.
Yes. Now, why run against her? You know, most people will say she's head of an important committee, the House Health Subcommittee, and you know I assume it's a very Democratic district, very blue district, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay, you got a Democrat in there. Okay, problem solved.
Well, I think there are big challenges in Silicon Valley, and the core of which is we have always had technologically illiterate congressional members, which is what Congressman Ro Khanna refers to. And there are big challenges that we can solve here. And this is really the heart of the economy of the United States. Technology is powering the economy. We are the 19th largest economy. And as a high-tech executive, I believe I can bring value. But beyond that, you know, when you look at challenges that we currently have with healthcare, for example, that's a huge problem we have right now. And we have congressional leaders who are, you know, essentially the big money in politics is impacting the decisions they are making. For example, Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, I have a lot of love and respect for her, but you know, she's the #1 recipient of campaign money from the pharma industry, and she has not come around to supporting Medicare for all, HR 1384 that Pramila Jayapal is sponsoring. So that's an issue for me. That's a big issue for me. And so there are also challenges with housing and transportation. We currently have an economy which is fading just a little bit because there are jobs leaving the valley. There are people leaving the valley because the quality of life has gone completely haywire. You know, we are stuck in traffic jams. Housing is a big problem. Homelessness has gone completely haywire. And those are challenges that we need to fix. We need elected leaders to bring a vision to the table. And this is what I see lacking. And that's the reason we have the energy, we have the leadership, we have the vision, and plus we have a great handle over the innovation economy. And that's the reason why I'm running.
So Anna Eshoo, as you point out, she's the top recipient of pharmaceutical donations, campaign contributions. Are you saying she beats the Republicans too, or is she the top just among the Democrats?
#1 in America, yes, #1.
#1 in America, okay. So look, folks will say it's rude of you to point that out. You know, she has to take that money to win. What's your answer to that?
Oh, you know, it's on one hand, you can take the money to win, and I probably may not be that concerned if that happens. But when you actually pass legislation that increases the price of healthcare, and there is a track record for that, you know, where you're actually lobbying for the industry and not for the people, so that's a big problem.
Yeah, I agree. It's a big problem. So they just had a vote on the prescription drugs in the House. So they campaigned on lowering drug prices, and then they came out with a bill that said we should only lower drug prices for 25 drugs. Then there was a big back and forth with progressives, then maybe 35 and then 250. I don't know where Congresswoman Eshoo came out on all that. What was her position on that bill?
You know, I think her position has softened a little bit because there is a election playing out, and this is our campaign has really done a great job of engaging with people in Silicon Valley for the last year, and so the stance has softened just a little bit. But I think there is a lot of frustration with the people here that she could have done a lot more. 28 years of incumbency, and the expectation was a lot more. And unfortunately, with never a challenger running against her, you know, it's been essentially you're flying under the radar. And what we have done is we have taken data points that have been talked about for many, many years. And we are basically taken that as a campaign talking point to really highlight the challenges that currently exist. And we believe we have a pretty good story, and we are running a really good campaign towards the March 3rd. It's going to be a good story. We'll likely shock the world on March 3rd. We are very excited.
Okay, all right, I love it. So it's a jungle primary in California. Is there a Republican in the race? So is the question on March 3rd for you, not whether you're going to beat Eshoo, that would be very, very, very difficult in the primary stage, you've got a shot at it if you're in the top two. And in California, it could be a Democrat and a Republican. It could also be two Democrats. So is your main competition in the primary one of the Republicans in the race?
There are 5 candidates running, and essentially there's only one campaign which has been campaigning very, very hard, and that's us. And so that's the story of this particular election. I think Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, she's also campaigning to an extent, but we are the ones that have gone to each of the 31 cities talking to people. We run 3 town hall meetings a month. So we believe we have created a really nice narrative with the people of our district. And that's the reason why we are feeling so pumped up and confident.
So Rishi, you were on the Saratoga City Council. What'd you do before the City Council?
So, I was an activist. I would take up challenges in the community and I would work on it. And even though I'm on the City Council now, I still operate like an activist. When I see something bad, something wrong, I just have to step in and do something. And we took on 2 challenges in my first 4 years on the City Council. We challenged a water company that was actually gouging us, and it was a private utility company, and their water rates had gone up tremendously in a drought. Their profit went from $22 to $52 million. So I couldn't stay on the sideline. I said, let's do something about it. I had no idea what. And the story so far, Cenk, we have rejected, reduced, suspended 7 water rate increases so far. And then we had problems with burglaries. I said, let's do something. And I was told by some of the people that, when you talk about burglaries, you'll drop the price of real estate of Saratoga. And I said, well, I'm here to solve problems. That's the reason why, why would a high-tech executive jump into the world of politics? I said, I'm here to solve problems. And we dropped our burglaries by 47%, the largest drop in Silicon Valley. And the people voted me in 2018, the people of Saratoga, with the most votes compared to anybody in the history of Saratoga. So when somebody like from the world of high tech jumps into politics, we have a slightly different framework of how we go about solving problems. And I call it providing services cheaper, faster, better. I'm really enjoying this. It's a great story. And I believe in 2021, we'll be in Congress solving bigger challenges like healthcare, climate change, not beholden to the lobbyist, but beholden to the people. I call it people-centric behavior. And it's going to be a very exciting story for us.
So you're rejecting PAC money and special interest group campaign money. Do you mean not just corporate PAC money, but all PAC money?
Correct, all PAC money. We are not accepting any PAC money because for me, that's one of the biggest challenges we have in America, which is the money that is dominating, from the PAC special interest groups, the dark money that is dominating politics. And it's basically stifling the voice of American people. Our voice has not been heard. And that's the reason why we are pretty firm. We will never change that. People have told, come to my campaign page and they say, Rishi, you'll probably change your stance once you get elected. I said, never. Never will I take any PAC money, any special interest group money, because we are running for the people. We are going to solve the big challenges of the Valley, housing, transportation, homelessness. That's our agenda.
All right, well, I like that bold stance and I agree with it. So then you've got drugs, you've got Medicare for all, you've got the local issues that you mentioned and campaign finance reform. What else is on your progressive agenda?
So climate change is a big one. The Green New Deal, it's at a resolution stage, but creating a clean tech economy and essentially reducing our carbon footprint, that is very, very important because we are a ticking time bomb right now. It's my global agenda. At the national level, healthcare is very, very important. I'm going to sign up for Medicare for all soon as I get elected, and we'll have participation from our district, which is currently lacking today. And then at the local level, we are talking about a Silicon Valley vision of solving the traffic gridlock that we have every year. And how do we do that? We're talking about 21 counties within reach of Silicon Valley, and there are about 12 million people. We're talking about connecting these 21 counties 21 minutes, less than 21 minutes commute time between the 21 counties. And we will create a mega Silicon Valley, expand out the economy, build out a tunnel system, a high-speed transportation hyperloop system that will provide the necessary infrastructure for us to expand the economy and create 10x, 20x more affordable housing compared to what we have right now. Our elected leaders here in Silicon Valley, Cenk, haven't demonstrated the vision. That's the reason why we are in this big hole here with transportation, traffic issues, and homelessness gone rampant. So that's the opportunity we have. And this is really what we have been talking about to the people.
So I love the idea of the Hyperloop. I dream about that all the time. But Rishi, you solve the traffic problems in California and you'll become president. So more power to you. All right, everybody check out rishikumar.com and we got all the links down below. If you're watching later on YouTube or Facebook, just go to the description box, click on those links. And for progressive candidates, every dollar counts and every volunteer counts so much. And obviously you just heard Rishi say no PAC money at all for him. Thank you so much for joining us on the Young Turks. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Cenk. My pleasure. Thank you.
On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.